There are so many reasons to love Ariana Grande, from her music to her fabulous bunny ears. But after watching her music video for Thank You Next, we added another reason to the list: she has great taste in movies. From Mean Girls to Bring It On, we'll let you know why certain scenes from Thank You Next look so familiar. Before we dive into details about the music video, be sure to click the subscribe button and turn on your notifications for more from the taco. Let's get started. Okay, so we are as guilty as the next person of being overly interested in Ariana Grande's love life. But in our defense, it tends to be pretty compelling, and some involve hasty engagements and multiple tattoos. As we all know, Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson called off their whirlwind engagement. Grande also experienced the death of her ex-boyfriend Mac Miller, who died quite suddenly. Although the two parted ways, it was clear that Grande still cared for him deeply, and she hasn't been shy about letting fans know he's still very much on her mind. When we first heard the lyrics for Thank You Next, we realized the song was speaking about many of her past relationships. We love hearing a good shout-out or possibly some juicy drama, so naturally we paid close attention here at the taco. During the song, she mentions ex-boyfriends Big Sean, Ricky Alvarez, Pete Davidson, and Mac Miller. She sings, "Thought I'd end up with Sean, but he wasn't a match. Wrote some songs about Ricky, now I listen and laugh. Even almost got married, and for Pete I'm so thankful. Wish I could say thank you to Malcolm, cause he was an angel." While fans were eager to see her ex's reactions, apparently they got a heads up from Grande herself. Prior to releasing the song, she told them that they would be mentioned, and apparently everyone was okay with it. After all, who would be that mad about getting some free publicity via a shoutout from Ariana Grande? But if you'll notice, it's Mac Miller's real name in the song, and we'll let you know why when it comes up in the music video. To anyone who has seen the movie Mean Girls, and we assume that's everyone, the first moments of the video look awfully familiar. Many scenes in Mean Girls feature the students of North Shore High School talking about the most popular girl in school, Regina George. Let's see, how do we even begin to explain Regina George? In the movie, her fellow students make some bold statements, including that her hair is insured for $10,000 and that she does car commercials in Japan. Not only does Ariana Grande recreate these moments, but she has none other than Aaron Samuels himself show up to deliver some rumors about her. Okay, so it's actor Jonathan Bennett, but he plays Aaron in Mean Girls, so it counts. Troye Sivan also shows up to say, "I heard she's a lesbian now and dating some girl named Aubrey." This is not only a Mean Girls reference, but a way to poke fun at Apple Music, who made a mistake when publishing the lyrics to Thank You Next. Self-proclaimed Ariana Grande superfan and sometimes impersonator, Gabby DiMartino also appears to share some rumors about the star. We also see Stephanie Drummond, who was in the original movie. She not only pays tribute to Mean Girls with her dialogue, but makes fun of the relationship between Pete Davidson and Ariana Grande by saying, "Ariana broke off an engagement. So I found a guy to propose to me and I broke off the engagement." We wonder if Grande ran this video by Pete Davidson before she released it. Of course, in her Mean Girl-inspired scenes, Ariana Grande plays the part of who else but Regina George. And naturally, Regina George has to flip through the pages of her burn book. Only Grande chooses to keep it positive and adds captions featuring positive things about her exes. She calls Big Sean sweet and cute and adds he could still get it. About Ricky, she remarks on their good times together, his dancing skills, and says they'll be forever friends. Next to the picture of Pete Davidson, she writes, "Sorry I dipped," referring to their broken engagement, and then writes, "Huge," and yes, that's huge with 4 U's. Clearly, Grande is making a reference to the massive amount of energy Davidson brought to their relationship. If you notice something missing from the sequence, you're not alone. She doesn't have a page in her Thank You Next burn book for Mac Miller. Prior to the video's release, fans asked the pop star if they could expect to see a tribute to Mac Miller in the video. Grande replied saying that Miller isn't in the book, he's near her bed. It seems as though she didn't want to lump him in with the rest of her ex-boyfriends, and she's still struggling to deal with his passing. In her room, you might not have seen the photos at first glance, but she has ones from 3 movies featured in her music videos: Mean Girls, Bring It On, and Legally Blonde. While she strolls down the hall dressed as Regina George, she wears a shirt which says "a little bit needy," whereas in the original movie, George wears one which says "a little bit dramatic." Playing the role of Lindsay Lohan's Mean Girls character is former Victorious star Elizabeth Gillies, whose look strongly resembles Lohan. Seriously, are we sure both parts in The Parent Trap were really played by just Lindsay Lohan? We also see the girl who plays Karen grabbing her chest just like in the movie. Apparently someone needed to know the weather and decided to tap into her impressive ESPN ability. And you can definitely tell it's a Wednesday because everyone is wearing pink. And of course we have the Plastics' famous Jingle Bell Rock dance performance, which is recreated in the music video. Although nobody gets hit in the head with a boombox, we do get to see Kris Jenner make a video appearance as Regina George's mom. We have a feeling it didn't take much for her to get into character for this part. Now let's switch gears and get ready to cheer with these great references to Bring It On, which was released all the way back in the year 2000. We know, it's like another lifetime. It may be cold in here, but you won't see any real toros or clovers in the atmosphere. Although the outfits are similar, the toros looking outfits say TON, which of course stands for Thank You Next. Not a bad team to be on. In addition to Grande, we see another member of the Victorious Star, Colleen Ballinger, who rocks her baby bump for the Bring It On scene. But did you notice that Grande's lipstick is already on the bump before she leans over to kiss it? Oops! We also see her dancing around on her bed with the black and red pom-poms, just like in the movie. But take a look at the posters in the background. Notice anything? One of them features an actual photo of her real-life brother, Frankie Grande, skating. One of the sweetest scenes in Bring It On takes place during a sleepover, when Torrance finds herself brushing her teeth next to her crush, Cliff. To recreate this classic scene, Grande chooses yet another former Victorious co-star, Matt Bennett, to play the part of Cliff. Now that we've covered Mean Girls and Bring It On, we're going to talk about the movie 13 Going on 30. Grande carries around a dollhouse just like in the movie, but there's something special about this one. If you look closely inside the dollhouse, you'll see that one of the paper dolls is a selfie the singer took to show off her recent haircut. And of course, we see the wishing dust being used to send Grande straight into another classic romantic comedy, Legally Blonde. We love Grande's version of Elle Woods, which of course comes complete with plenty of pink and a four-legged best friend. Only in the Thank You Next version, Elle's dog Bruiser Woods is played by Grande's own dog, a Beagle Chihuahua mix named Toulouse. We think it's safe to say that Toulouse is clearly the best celebrity cameo in the video, and that's certainly saying something. Her law school textbook she's reading while lounging is called Immigration and Refugee Policy. We hate to speculate, just kidding, we love it. But we're guessing this is a not-so-subtle political commentary about current events. During the Legally Blonde portion of the music video, we got the chance to see Jennifer Coolidge reprise her role of Paulette, the nail technician, from the original movie. During this scene, we got to hear Grande make a rather grandiose comment about a certain someone. We'll let you figure that one out. When Grande pulled her Porsche around, did you happen to catch a glimpse at the license plate? It reads 7 rings, and we have a good idea what that means based on Ariana Grande's Instagram feed. Do you know what it is? Yes, even though we just got to see the video for Thank You Next, it looks like Grande is already teasing her next song. During the beginning of the video, we hear some instrumentals which might have actually been a sneak peek at her upcoming song. Grande shared a screenshot from Thank You Next and captioned it, "Y'all like this instrumental in the beginning?" and added 7 ring emojis. We know, we're brilliant detectives for figuring this one out. If you're a truly clever and attentive Grande fan, you might have noticed that this song was also mentioned on the train schedule during her video for Breathin'. There was a lot going on during the video, but when we saw the train schedule, we realized it was a track list for an upcoming album. We see Thank You Next listed, and the third one down says 7 rings. This song may have something to do with the fact that Grande has been spotted wearing what looks to be an engagement ring. But perhaps surprisingly, there doesn't seem to be a new guy on the horizon. Instead, some of her friends have been spotted wearing the same ring as Grande. Perhaps it's simply a symbol of friendship, and a potential topic for the song 7 Rings. After all, during Thank You Next, she does sing about spending more time with her friends and taking time to get to know herself better. We think this is a super smart move by this pop star. Many fans believe we also got a sneak peek at another upcoming Ariana Grande song during one of the Mean Girls scenes. Grande wears a shirt which describes her as needy, which is easy to pass off as a joke or even a self-critique. But the word needy also appears on the track list we spotted during Breathin'. Everything in this video is so carefully crafted that it's frankly hard to imagine this wasn't done on purpose. It seems as though we can look forward to at least 2 new Ariana Grande songs in the near future. Well, now you know what we here at The Taco think about the music video for Thank You Next, and Grande's grand plan for her dating life. But how did the stars of the movies featured in Thank You Next feel about it? Well, Lindsay Lohan, star of Mean Girls, took the time to weigh in, and frankly, her response is pretty surprising. You see, back in 2016, Lohan made a completely out-of-the-blue comment about some of Grande's Instagram selfies. She posted, "Too much makeup," and unsurprisingly, Grande decided not to dignify it with a response, at least not publicly. With regards to the music video for Thank You Next, Lohan posted on Instagram, "Ain't no Lindsay Lohan like the real Lindsay Lohan." She added that she was flattered and thanked Grande for being such a fan of Mean Girls. Of course, this post was accompanied by a photo of Lohan wearing tons of makeup and with the liberal use of photo filters. Only time will tell if Ariana Grande chooses to reply to this comment, or if she chooses to remain silent. What do you think about the music video for Ariana Grande's song Thank You Next? Tell Tell us your favorite part, then click on the subscribe button for more videos from us here at The Taco. Bye for now!